Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from today's video, it's going to be about a brand, a mid-range luxury bag brand called Parisa Wang, based out of New York. I recently made a purchase from them and I wanted to review how it was. This video has been 3 months almost in the making. I've divided this video in a few different parts. The first part, I'd like to talk about the brand, and then review the bag that I bought from them, and then show you what fits inside the bag, and lastly talk about my experience with the brand and whether it's worth buying, and then round up with some conclusions. If you're new to my channel, I'm Jayashmita and I make video on fits, styling, bags. If you're interested in that sort of things, please consider subscribing and like this video if you find it helpful. Let's start this video maybe talking about the brand Parisa Wang. It was established in 2016. It's a mid-range luxury brand that sells bags and jewelry. I've owned my fair share of luxury products. I've wanted to buy them, I've saved up for them, luxury bags from Gucci, YSL and the likes of them. Recently I have deprioritized purchasing from luxury because of their aggressive markups. It does not seem to make as much sense as it once used to, and luxury has now become almost synonymous with logo flashing. Some of the bags, especially from Louis Vuitton, are so out there and absolutely not to my taste and aesthetic. If you're into that sort of thing, that's great. I just feel like if you want great quality leather goods, then maybe mid-range luxury is the way to go. And Parisa Wang embodies that sort of brand ethos. They have suppliers, leather suppliers from that supply to brands like the Rowe, Mulberry and Prada. So they have the top quality leather suppliers and they have very unique bag designs at a very affordable price point, which is what attracted me to the brand. The brand Parisa Wang is able to provide such high quality products at an affordable and reasonable price point is because they directly work with the manufacturers that I mentioned and sources base materials directly from them and cut out all of the middlemen. I will get to what I purchased and what I ended up with in a bit, but let's talk about the branding. It's got this beautiful logo and this beautiful blue packaging, which is not exactly the Tiffany blue, but it's a very nice, elegant, sophisticated blue. I really like it. Once I open the box, the bag I purchased, the bag that I'll show here in the video, is the Carrie medium tote. I purchased it for the purpose of using it as a work bag. It's not like carry your whole world in this bag sort of bag. So it's a medium-sized tote which just about fits your workday essentials. And it comes in this beautiful cotton dust bag with the logo. It says Parisa Wang, New York. Let me put this aside, and then when I bring it out, this is what the bag looks like. It's got the emblem logo here and then Parisa Wang written here, very subtle gold logo over here. So this is the medium Carrie tote in the top color. It's the body is the top color and the strap, I will unwrap it and show you, it's in a deeper brown color, almost like in between maroon and brown, a very muted brown. I really liked the bi-color effect of this bag. You obviously get other colors as well, where the body and the strap are of the same color. I'm not an expert in leather, but looking at the bag, I think that it has very nice quality, soft, supple leather. It feels quite good quality. It has a little bit of structure, but not as much as, let's say, if you have ever seen or used the Sezane, the tote bag. That is a very stiff bag, lots of structure. This is a little less structured than that, but it still stands by itself. That only stands on a surface by itself if it's full. if it's empty, it will topple because it is not a very structured bag. It's more along the lines of a hobo bag, but shaped like a tote, a long elongated tote, which is very much in fashion nowadays. It doesn't have feet at the base of it. It's got stitching here at the base, which looks very elegant, very nice. And one of the things that really sold me on this bag is that it has a zip on top. A lot of tote bags do not come with a zip on top, and I really appreciate that they have thought about security. So when it comes to Parisa Wang, the brand really does think about its design and what a modern day woman is going to require. There is not a lot of compartments in this bag, which is good. It contains one slot, a chained pouch, and one slot, which is, I think, more than enough for a workday bag. This bag is handmade in China and the leather is imported from Italy. It is full-grained, pebbled calf skin leather, so it really speaks for the durability. I prefer to have this sort of pebbled calf skin leather for everyday purpose. They're sturdier than smooth leather and they don't scratch as easily, and the calf skin provides a suppleness to this bag, which cowhide leather would probably make it a little bit more stiff. It even has the Parisa Wang embossing on this gold buckle, which little details which I really appreciate. Makes the bag a very good everyday bag. It's going to fit a 13-inch laptop, and they have a bigger version which does fit a 15-inch laptop. This doesn't have as much as a drop. I will quickly check the dimensions and tell you exactly what they are. I'll obviously link this back in the description box below. So it's got a height of 12.5 inches, just about a foot long. It's got a depth of 4.3 inches, which fits comfortably a lot of your everyday essentials, including a laptop. The strap is adjustable and it can be 9 inches to 11 inches in the strap drop height, and it's got about a width of 10 inches, so just a little less than a foot. And it weighs about 1.65 pounds, which is quite light. It does feel light, it doesn't feel heavy at all. And why I mentioned the weight of the bag is important. I will get to that in a little bit. And in this section of what fits in the bag, I'm trying to fit in as much as possible and fit in everything I carry on a regular basis to my office. This is not my office laptop, but my office laptop is similarly sized. This is the 13-inch MacBook Air, and it fits into the laptop. It fits into the bag with room to close it, like so. It's a snug enough fit, but it fits properly. You will not be able to fit a laptop that is bigger than this one. This is my Sezane pouch, which contains all of my essentials like my hairbrush, my lipstick, lip gloss, a couple of hair ties. I can fit in maybe a hand cream and a hand sanitizer. Everything goes in here, so this bag easily fits in with a lot more room still left inside. I could also fit in my sunglasses with the case. These are my Prada glasses. I use them to death. This is my card holder, which is all that I carry. I do not carry a wallet. I mainly use contactless payments, and I can put this into this tiny zip pocket here. Then I have my keys here, which I will attach to the very conveniently provided key holder and stuck it in here. This is my 750 ml water bottle, and that also fits quite comfortably with a room to fit in maybe a notebook, which I don't usually carry. I take all my notes on my laptop and don't usually need a notebook for that, but you can fit in your daily planner, your pen case, spec cases, spectacle cases if you wear specs, and maybe also folding umbrella, so there's a lot of room inside. There is a conveniently placed pouch here for the phone, which I really appreciate. In fact, if you see on the website, they will have additional add-ons for the strap. So there's a AirPods case holder for the strap, which is also a very thoughtful addition. So they have really put a lot of thought into the design of this bag and to make it comfortable to wear for working women. Yeah, so that's what fits into the bag, and it's also got a very thin leather material, so you can see the denting of the items inside the bag. So with wear, I feel like that's going to be a serious issue. Whatever items I carry inside are going to leave marks on the exterior. I can see that this bag is going to get disfigured with any sort of sharp objects, and I fear that it might even cause damage to the bag, as in if it's a very pointy object like an umbrella with something sticking out, it might actually cause damage to the bag because of how thin the leather is. But because the leather is so thin, it also adds to the lightness of the bag. It's not a very heavy bag, even though it is sizable. I want to quickly talk a little bit about my brand experience with Parisa Wang, because when it comes to luxury products, you tend to depend on the brand experience. You really relate to it. You expect good brand experience. Interaction with the brand makes a lot of difference with how you perceive the brand, which is exactly the point of branding. So a little backstory about why this video was 3 months in the making. As I mentioned earlier, it's because initially I had ordered the Gabrielle soft top handle tote from Parisa Wang, and if you will see, I'll insert a picture on the screen, and if you'll see this bag, it is a very close copy to the Margot bag from the row, which is obviously at an aggressively marked up price and absolutely, in my opinion, not worth the 5,000 or 6,000 pounds that it costs. And this I found to be a very good alternative along with the Manu Atelier Cambon. When I was looking at this at the time of my birthday in October, the Cambon in Suede was out of stock, and I really wanted a Suede bag. So this is the bag that I ordered, the Gabrielle soft top handle tote. The bag arrived about 12 days later, which is a hefty timeline for delivery, but I understand that the bag is getting delivered from New York to London, so it might take some time. The brand does not charge import duties, which is a good thing. So it's all included in the cost. They don't charge extra shipping cost either if they're shipping outside of the United States, which is also a great thing. So when the bag arrived, I fell in love with how it looked. I really wanted to keep it, but it was so heavy, so heavy. I wanted to use it for going to office. I use public transport. I do a lot of walking, and when I was trying to wear this bag, it took my shoulder off. It had a very thin strap, so I really could not carry it or walk with it for long distances. It was absolutely impractical. I held on to it till the very end of the return timeline, and ultimately I did return it. One thing to bear in mind if you're purchasing from Parisa Wang outside of the United States is that they do not give free returns. You have to ship the item back to them and bear the return cost. I knew this when I purchased the bag, but I was so sure I was going to keep it that I didn't bother about it that much. And then when I went to return it, the return cost was so steep that it completely broke me. So I shipped the bag back to them, but to top it all, after all that much hassle, the bag was returned to me saying that they could not find the address. The courier person could not find the address in New York, so the bag was sent back to me, and I had to reship it, and I had to email and explain to them what had happened and reship it again by the cost. It was a complete nightmare and so stressful, and so many emails back and forth. So that's how my interaction with the brand started. And ultimately, when they got the bag, they could not process the return, and because they said that I had used the bag, which was absolutely not true. But I understand why they could not process the return, because when I was unpacking the bag, in my excitement, I had cut off this tag, and they said that they would have to mark this piece as defective and they couldn't sell it again. I'm skeptical about that answer, but I understand their reasons for not being able to process the return. But they did provide me with store credit, and mind you, by this time I'd already spent about a month's time dealing with the brand, and I was already quite invested in it. And so I decided to go ahead with the store credit, and it was during the time of Black Friday, so I purchased 2 bags in their Black Friday sale at the beginning of December. One is the Carrie medium tote, this one, and the other one is the Madison micro top handle bag in the shade burgundy. I was more excited about the latter because that is a burgundy bag and I really wanted a burgundy bag for Christmas. They emailed me and told me that the bag was out of stock, and that is what really put me off the brand. I understand that certain bags can be out of stock, but it's not acceptable that you allow your customers to purchase the bag from the website and then email them that it's out of stock. I have done my fair share of purchases from high street and luxury brands offline and online, and I've never faced a situation like this. So I didn't even check my emails after I got the order confirmation. And then 1 week later, when I was expecting the order to be shipped out, I reached out to them and they said that yes, I've emailed you that the bag is unavailable. And then I went back through my emails, and you know how many emails you get, so many random subscriptions and updates and order information. And it was during the Christmas time, where gifting was an important aspect of my planning for gifts and everything. So I dug out that email, and yes, they had emailed me on the very same day I placed the order and said that the bag was unavailable, but it just felt very poor management. I obviously am waiting for the bag. They said that they are going to ship it out in the beginning of January and they're going to update me come January, and it's already January. I haven't heard from them, so I am a little stressed about what's going to happen, and I know that I'll have to follow up with them, which is unnecessary work, and you don't want to get this sort of experience when you're dealing with a mid-range luxury brand. At this point, I really wish I had waited for the Manu Atelier bag, because it would have probably had the same timeline and it would have been a Suede bag that I really wanted. Yes, so that is my bit about my experience with Parisa Wang as a brand. I really like the tote bag that they sent me, and I would definitely use it as a work bag. To wrap it up and conclude this video, these are my top takeaways. If you're living in the United States, they do provide free delivery and free return, so you're covered there. But if you're living outside of the United States, please do bear in mind that you have to bear the cost of the delivery, and that may not be feasible for everybody, and delivery costs are expensive from Europe to US. The second thing is that the weight of the bag is now included in the website, and I have a feeling that I have something a little bit to do with that, because I did mention that the bag was too heavy and when I was returning the first bag that I purchased from them, which is something really nice and really thoughtful that they have included into the website. Thirdly, this Carrie medium tote is completely worth it as a work bag, but I purchased it during the Black Friday sale at about £200, £199, but it actually retails for much higher. I think it's about £300. I'll put the exact price on the screen somewhere. Do I think that it's worth it at full price? Probably not. Probably better wait for the sale. Lastly, there are many other mid-range luxury brands that are based in Europe. So if you are living in the UK or in Europe, you're probably better suited to purchase from brands based in the UK and Europe. So even if you do have to return it and bear the cost is much lower, and they have a better customer dealings experience. Currently, my experience with the brand has not been entirely positive, and I can't help that nagging feeling where I feel that they have deprioritized my order for a very high demand bag like the Madison micro top handle bag. They have deprioritized my order simply because I used store credit to purchase it, and the store credit was because of a return. I can't help feeling that way. It's not entirely justified, but that is what brand value is, that is what customer opinion is, and you're entitled to your own opinion, and this is mine. That is my review of the Carrie medium tote from Parisa Wang. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. See you in my next video. Bye.